Hi, Rabbi.
Hi again.
I want to talk about Jewish destiny. In the
Yes.
last video we did, you alluded to the idea that the Jewish people have a destiny, and that being a spiritual warrior means stepping up on some level, whatever is, part of your nature, to become that spiritual warrior so that we can fulfill our destiny. But what exactly is our destiny?
Well, collectively, the Jewish people's destiny is to be the moral nudniks of the world, right? The idea of light unto nations, to live ethically, spiritually on the highest of levels with our Torah, and through that, a light shines forth.
Right.
Keep spreading ethical monotheism.
So do you think that...
That's on a collective level.
Okay.
On the individual level, every single one of us has an individual genius and an individual path of what we contribute to the collective destiny of the Jewish people, and through that we change society around us.
All right, well, so, I just keep thinking maybe the reason that Israel gets so much scrutiny for such a tiny little place is that we have a destiny, and it's what you described, and so the world is more exacting with our behavior than it would of others, because that is our destiny. Is that possible?
I think there's a truth to it. I think part of that incredible scrutiny, I mean, just look at the United Nations, it's absurd.
Right.
A country of 6 million, that the focus on Israel just doesn't make any sense unless what you said is true, that deep down the world does know that there's something very important about the Jewish people in the world. And a lot of times that manifests itself in anti-Semitism, which is the idea of get rid of this moral message. And a lot of Jews don't realize that's what's going on.
So if it's killed the messenger, and we're not acting as messengers, we're being killed in vain. So basically, it's like what the Rosh Hashivas Zatzal said, right? If you know what you're willing to die for, you should live for it.
Right. The greatest tragedy is that, ironically, anti-Semitism should be the greatest builder of self-worth to a Jew and a Jewish person. Because if I realize I'm being hated for this incredibly special message that we are bringing into the world for the world's sake, then you realize how important it is and how powerful it is that you have such strong reactions. But the Jew who has no idea where that hatred is coming from, in the end, it's going to affect them, and actually some come to believe it, and some come to join those efforts.
Internalizing it, self-loathing.
Right. It's the final step of assimilation, is the self-loathing, and also becoming leaders in getting rid of the messenger.
Okay.
And that's the greatest tragedy
so
of all.
So then if that's our destiny, and being a spiritual warrior puts us on the path, I think the way you put it was
spiritual activist.
Spiritual activist.
Yeah.
You referenced a train. You said you can either be standing along the tracks watching, or you can get on the train. Give me 3 ways of getting on the train.
Well, one idea of getting on the train is just being a light yourself. In other words, to try to live your life on the highest ethical standards in your interpersonal relationships, to strive to be the best you can be. How you act to the waiter, waitress, the bus driver, the cab driver, how you act to employees or to fellow workers, how you conduct yourself in business. We have constant opportunities. Whatever our observance level is between person to God, we have constant opportunities in the person-to-person level,
right,
to be a light. But on another level is for a person to start thinking. Every Jew has a genius to them. They just have to discover it and then use it to make the world around them better. So that the idea is to start thinking in terms of within yourself, what are my talents? What is my genius? How can I use it? And on a much more serious level is to start coming up with bigger ideas with groups of 2, 3, 4, 5 of how do we help create that renaissance of bringing all Jews back to the bigger picture of their destiny. And these are critical times. We must act. We can't choose not to. These are very dangerous times, not just for the Jewish people, not just for Israel, but for the West. A step was taken to legitimize a country that is constantly articulating genocide and a war against the West.
I'm getting on that train.
Good.
All right.
I need you.
We'll talk shortly.
Okay.